Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly in the Miller Times segment. Tonight we have two hot topics for you: the inauguration and the happiest people on earth. But I do want to know what Miller thinks about this lip-syncing deal. The sage of Southern California joins us from Santa Barbara. And you say, Miller?
Well, Bill, I think if an individual wants to lip sync, I have no trouble with that.
All right, Miller Vanilli, there he is.
Billy!
Now
We
you're
did
back.
a little
You're
visual. Huh? I feel very Japanese. Now listen, well, what about the guy before me, Daddy Warbucks meets Jack Palance? Was he actually PO'd about this?
Because he thought he wants the nation to be on the up and up. But here's my question. Biden was like 3 inches away, the vice president. And, he would have known, right? There he is. And you could just see half his face there.
Listen.
And he had to know it was faked.
Biden has no clue. His mind's on one thing. It's like a dog on a bone. He's thinking about 4 years from now. He was slobbering so much thinking of himself getting sworn in, they had to pass out water wings to people on the podium. Listen, the president barely pays lip service to the Constitution, so I don't mind Beyonce. She looked great. I'm just glad her old man didn't jump in there, the interrupter. Every time there's a pretty girl singing, Alicia Keys, Beyonce, the old man starts coming in the middle of it, Jay-Z, and talking over him. I call him the interrupter. Listen, it was just nice to see Bill and Hillary together at the inauguration because it reminded me the last time I saw them together was at Bill's inauguration, and it was just nice to see the kids together. The country is so lost now that I loved it when the president in the middle of his speech said, "Ask not." And he just stopped there because he doesn't want to hear any questions about anything. Ask not. That's where it stopped.
Right. At the inauguration, it was some sartorial splendor. And let's take a look at Justice Scalia of the Supreme Court had an interesting chapeau.
Let me see this.
I thought he was a cardinal in the Catholic Church. What is that?
What's with that stunned look? He looks like Emerald if he just had a Novocaine shot during dental work. And I don't even think that's a hat on his head. I think that's actually his hair. He tried to do a pompadour. It was like a follicular souffle, and it just fell in on him. Yeah. All I know is he's absolutely stunned at the events that are happening right now.
If it just had some round things on the side of it, he would have been a Musketeer.
A-N-T-O-N-I-N, Anthony.
Okay, let's go to Aretha Franklin, who we mentioned earlier, and she had an interesting hat. There she is. I'm not quite sure about what it's all about up there, but it says something.
I think Scalia dressed her. What the hell is that thing? That looks like the flag they show when they're shutting down Indy for a couple laps because somebody skidded on. I don't know what that hat is.
Well, I just got a word, and I didn't know this. That was from the last inauguration, so we're not faking it, ladies and gentlemen. We just love the hat so much we had to bring it back. All right, anything else about the inauguration before we get to the happiest countries on earth?
No, I was just, I'm overjoyed. He's the greatest president we've ever had, the smartest man, and everything couldn't be better.
Okay. All right, this is a survey that was taken by Wynn Gallup, which is an international group, and they surveyed 54 countries and they called a bunch of people and said, how happy are you? All right, the happiest people on earth live in Colombia, South America. Why are they so...
That's because the people in Colombia light up a tie stick before they turn the alarm off in the morning. And then if a guy gets up to whiz in the middle of the night, he hits up a joint. They're loaded all day long. They don't know if they're in Colombia or the District of Columbia. That's why they're happy.
Okay. Brazil is number 3, and now Brazil got a big crime problem there, but they also have that Mardi Gras where everybody's naked, so it's a trade-off.
Listen, it's tough not to smile when everybody's running around in a thong. Even their Madeleine Albright's in a thong, which makes me stay up on this side of the equator.
Saudi Arabia is the 4th happiest country, but if you show happiness, you're beheaded. So I'm a little confused.
Well, listen, even the homeless people have their own mall in Saudi Arabia. They got so much money. Billy, half these countries are dirtbag countries where they're happy on a day-to-day basis because they're content with the fact they have no shot at actual happiness. That's what's going on here right now. We're unhappy over here because we're so happy we can delight in trivialities and pretend that we're unhappy. But the simple thing is, if they're going to tell me Afghanistan is a happier place than the United States, hey, Afghanis, do me a favor. Stay over there and be happy, because I'd like to get in a cab in New York where I don't have to communicate my destination to the guy with semaphore flags, all right? Stay over there and be pigs in slop.
Just for the record, Afghanistan is the 28th happiest country, and the USA is the 31st happiest country.
Listen.
Right ahead of France, which
every time I see footage from the streets of Afghanistan and see them crowd surfing those coffins down the main drag at noon, they look so happy it's like the cornfield on Hee-Haw reruns, all right?
Yeah, I know. I don't think the survey's probably one we want to take to the bank.
Yeah, the survey was taken in Colombia.
Miller, next week, Miller, I want you in that hat. All right, find it.
All right. I'm wearing it now, just not on my head. I'm wearing it now, just not on my head, Billy.
And here's an update on the Boulder Fresher Show.